Jeff Gordon with his third pole in 2001, his third Michigan pole, and Ricky Rudd, who was second here last summer. Let's have a look at Winston Cup weight standings coming into this race. Dale Jarrett nursing a 50-point lead. Jeff Gordon took a big bite out of that last week at Dover with his dominating win.
All right, guys, all right. Here we go.
Pontiac safety car makes a hard left turn to pit road, and over 160,000 fans on their feet, awaiting the start of 400 miles of racing.
Next time we get back here, it'll be over 200 miles an hour on that first lap. Green flag.
And they're off. Looking good. Already 3 wide as they head down into the corner.
Boy, one car, Skinner, right down on the flat almost.
Well, he tried to take it right under Jeff Gordon and almost made it work.
Craven trying through the middle.
Whoa, Craven getting real loose when he got back to the throttle off.
Yeah, you get the crowd to go there, you get to pushing up, and the back end will jump out. Early laps are real treacherous here.
Harvick looking on the inside, not going to take it 3 wide into turn 3. Yes, he is.
Yes, he will. All the way to the bottom. Look at the battle for the lead here. Ricky Rudd in that 28 car, the Texaco car. He wants to lead this first lap, puts Gordon behind him.
I can't look at any battle. They're battling all over.
4 wide.
This is a great start.
Wow.
And I promise you, we'll hear 4 wide, 5 wide a lot today. I guarantee you these guys will be 3 wide through the corner and won't think nothing about it today.
Gordon wants to lead lap 2. No way, says Ricky Rudd. And they're 4 wide in the back with Bobby Labonte on the bottom. My goodness. We'll stand silent for lap 3. A silent lap 3 to honor the memory of 7-time Winston Cup champ Dale Earnhardt as Jeff Gordon takes the lead.
Gets those 5 bonus points, all important 5 points in this championship.
And Mike, one of the things as a driver, you just pray that the car is good on the start, because you're in all that traffic and you don't want your car to be loose or pushing real badly when you start this race. And Mike, just to show you how fast the front cars get away from the guys in the back. Here comes Gordon and these guys down to the line now. They're going to go across the line now, and the last car is up in the middle of 3 and 4.
Well, the first 10 cars in your picture did not pit under this first caution flag of the day at lap 12. It's a quick one. We'll begin lap 15 under green. Jeff Gordon leading Ricky Rudd.
Single file restart. Jimmy Spencer did stay on the lead lap even after that spin.
And that 12 laps that these guys back here in the back have picked up on those lead cars could be big if this thing goes green and they got to pit up under the green. Could make a huge difference in the outcome of this race early on.
The other cars that did not pit: Dale Earnhardt Jr., Dave Blaney, Johnny Benson, Ricky Craven, Ryan Newman, Jeff Burton, Rusty Wallace, and Robert Presley did not pit.
Yeah, you wouldn't pit necessarily for tires. I don't think that's the deal. But, boy, that 12 laps had a little bit of gas. That could be big later on.
Or to make adjustments if your car...
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that's part of it, too. Probably guys who weren't happy with their cars.
Here comes Junior around the outside of Ricky Rudd for second place. For more on Rudd, here's Matt.
Green, green, green.
21 laps complete, 22 as they come to the line. Jeff Gordon still leads. He has yet to make a pit stop, and now he's got Dale Earnhardt Jr. on his bumper.
Still a single file restart. Kevin Harvick in that 29 Goodrich car. He's one of the cars that pitted a while ago. Got 2 right side tires.
Jeff Gordon has led 20 laps of the Kmart 400.
Look at
right out front
still
for
there.
2.
Look at the run that Budweiser car got.
Still there by nose. Clear, clear.
Well, he was one of the fastest cars yesterday in happy hour. And
Got to shake that thing back and forth.
He's trying. That's what I'm telling you about that draft. He's trying to shake him out of the draft. He knows he's quicker through the corner. He doesn't want Gordon to draft back up on him.
Look how much distance he put way back to the throttle before Gordon down in 3 and 4. But yeah, he's trying to dirty the air up behind him where Gordon can't suck back to him.
See, you go to the bottom, and Gordon's trying to stay with him so he can draft back up to him.
Well, early on in the pace laps, Jeff Gordon told his crew he could hear him fine on the front stretch, but he could not hear them on the back stretch. Complained again about that under race conditions. So the crew has just adjusted the antenna, raised it up so Gordon can hear him on the backstretch.
Oh, got trouble over in turn 3.
Yeah, leaders are on pit road, but Gordon stays out. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 8 car, but Johnny Benson, Jeff Gordon stay out. Jeff Burton in the 99. 24 laps into this run. 10 of those have been caution flags, but most of the leaders are on pit road.
I think he just doesn't want to get back in all that traffic. There's a lot of heavy racing going on right now. He wants to stay up here in clean air and out of trouble.
So Gordon, Benson, and Burton stay on the racetrack.
Yeah, even though caution laps equal like 2 green flag laps, so that was like 10 caution laps equal 20. We're halfway through a fuel run. That's a little iffy staying out there.
I'm surprised by that move.
Well, more than a bit of a surprise that Jeff Gordon didn't take that opportunity to pit. He had been saying on the radio that the car was a bit tight. I asked Robbie Loomis if he could explain himself. He didn't want to, which leads me to conclude these guys are probably up to some treachery. To Matt.
If they crank it up, how about let's crank it up on this restart?
How about that?
All right, strap your TVs down. Let's crank it up one time. Yeehaw!
Johnny Benson chasing Jeff Gordon for the lead as they come around to complete 29 laps. Benson keeps working at it on the bottom.
Right on the bottom, all the way off the corner. And when you can do that and still keep your momentum, you've got a strong race car.
Got to believe that 10 car, I know what we say every week, but you got to believe he's got a win laid up here somewhere pretty soon.
You see Gordon on the high side, about 2 lanes higher than Benson, keeps that momentum right there. He's still going to lead this lap.
That's 2 Hendrick power plants racing against each other right there. They just happen to be in 2 different body styles, one Pontiac, one Monte Carlo.
Rick Hendrick seeking his 100th win as a Winston Cup team owner today. Jeff Gordon scored number 99 for Hendrick Motorsports at Dover.
These 2 cars now, Johnny Benson in the 10, Jeff Gordon in the 24, Jeff Burton in the 99. That's the only 3 cars that have not pitted.
Now Johnny Benson is pitting right in front of Jeff Gordon. Benson had momentarily stalled his car. He's got it going again. Gordon's car is a little bit tight. They're going to try to adjust that, get him to run a little bit better through the turns. To Matt.
A 4-tire stop for the 28 car. Ricky Rudd, as he is down and away. A slight air pressure adjustment. His car was a little bit too loose at the beginning of the run.
Look at Gordon last week. Dominated the race had a 14.5 pit stop, plus he had the best car. You can't beat people unless you can do the same thing.
And do it time after time,
yeah,
all day
week in,
long.
week out.
Yep.
That's how you win.
Let's get back to green here to begin the 45th of 200 laps.
Now, as we said, Dale Jr. took no tires. He just come in, got a little fuel, and he was right back out there. He thinks he's got a fast enough hot rod, I believe. He's driven off and left a lot of these guys by running that low line. Oh, but Mr. Gordon is going to say hello.
And goodbye.
Maybe you ought to think 4 tires next time, little buddy.
Well, he got a run off turn 2. Started way back in the middle of 1 and 2.
That's just grip. That's the guy getting back to the throttle quicker and harder and coming right on around you. These guys are making me nervous.
Jeff Gordon is opening up a lead. It was 0.6 of a second on Dale Earnhardt Jr. last time by. Let's check him at the line. It's up to 0.8 of a second now.
In that 10 car.
First and second, Gordon, Earnhardt Jr., and a gap of 4 seconds from Jeff Gordon, the leader, back to that 3rd place battle. Jeff Gordon trying to dominate as he did last week at Dover. So far, Gordon has led 45 of the 63 laps we've completed. Welcome back to Michigan International Speedway. Mike Joy with Darrell Waltrip and Larry McReynolds, where 66 laps have been completed of the 200. Jeff Gordon, a 1.5 seconds out in front of Earnhardt Jr.
Ooh, look at this bad boy here. Now, he's turning all he wants to.
Not quite a rewind of last week, but Jeff Gordon has led the most laps thus far today, 51 of them. Johnny Benson's led 11 laps. And Gordon experiments with different lines around the corners.
And so is the cat right behind him, Dale Jr. He's been running up high around the top. They've been rim riding. But right now, Jr. dropped down. I believe he cut the lead down just a little bit. There he is right there coming in your picture. He was pretty far out of the picture a minute ago.
Knocked 0.2 off at that lap, Darrell. Box track shows Gordon's speed.
And we got to remember now, Junior didn't get tires. There's about 10 to 15 laps difference in the two cars' tires, and that could be making a big difference in the times right now.
1.6 seconds separate the two leaders. Jeff Hammond?
Yeah, guys, maybe one of the biggest reasons why Jeff Gordon is trying to get out front, stay out front. I saw a member of their team headed toward the pits with a load of umbrellas and raincoats, anticipating maybe some rain. Dick Bergen, what you got going on there, partner?
Well, we're talking about Jeff Gordon searching around for a line, and part of the reason he's doing that is that the car is getting tighter and tighter as this run goes on. He is particularly tight off turn 2 and in the middle of turn 3. Earlier today, he was complaining about being tight in turn 4. So he's trying to find a line that'll get rid of that so he can get still more speed, lead still more laps.
And Dale Jr. has taken another 0.2 of a second from Gordon's lead.
And that's a good, smart driver, though. He'll probably back off a little bit because you do not want to abuse that right front tire. That sucker blows out, you are in big trouble.
Shauna Robinson being lapped by the leader, Jeff Gordon, gets to go to school on Gordon here. Gene Granger and Greg Fielden, NASCAR's two eminent historians, disagree on how many women have run in a Winston Cup race, and the question revolves around Sandy Neal Lynch, who ran one race in 1951. Was that Sandra or Sanford? Historians differ. If you know, let us know at Fox Sports. We'd like to clear this up. Jeff Gordon, the leader, at 76 laps. This is NASCAR on FX.
Jeff Gordon is on pit road. They better remember to clean the grill because there's a big piece of plastic that's on the grill. If they don't get that off, they are going to have a problem with it. Pitting right in front of him, Johnny Benson in the number 10 car. To Matt.
In the center of your screen, Dale Earnhardt Jr. just pulling away. They made an air pressure adjustment in the right front and left rear. He said the car was real loose on entry. Skates the nose in the center, but very good off. 17.3 seconds.
Jeff Gordon's crew did get that piece that was in front of the grill. Someone reached out and grabbed that before he took off.
Well, great job by Sterling Marlin's team to get him out in second place there, right behind Gordon. Those guys are really... it makes such a big difference, Larry. You know this as a crew chief.
Now, they reached to the front of Jeff Gordon's car to get that piece. I'm not sure if they got it all that was in front of the grill.
That's not going to hurt anything. Piece of cake.
Okay.
Don't worry. Be happy.
82 laps complete. 118 to go here at Michigan.
Now we'll crank it up.
All right. All right. Sterling Marlin, keep an eye on him. On the break, Gordon, your leader, Marlon Rudd, and Earnhardt Jr. fight for the front four spots.